President Hu Jintao has stated that really what it's about today is enhancing the nation's capacity for innovation so as to seize the initiative in global competition. As you heard in my introduction, I spend a lot of time these days in Latin America. This is the President of Colombia. Innovation is the basic driving force for high economic growth. So wherever we look in the world, we're seeing leaders that have recognized the innovation imperative. And that's true right here in Dubai and in the UAE. I think this is probably the most poetic and perhaps the most profound statement of all. Innovation is like an infinite pool of achievement, from your Prime Minister right here. An infinite pool of achievement. And if you think back to what Sheikh Zayed achieved here, it really was about taking a desert and having the vision to see a fabulous city-state and a fabulous region that could be built basically on the power of innovation. And that's true of the whole GCC. But really, it's not just about how do we grow the economy through innovation. How do we create a great standard of living and world-class quality for our people. For many of you in the audience, it's not about the public sector, it's about the private sector. It's about how do we grow the business. And one of the things that we're coming to recognize is that the only way for us to drive growth and wealth creation over the longer term, and I mean literally the only way, is for us to innovate. It is not about cost cutting. It is not about Six Sigma. It is not about mergers and acquisitions. It is about innovation. These are the things that really drive growth. Let me illustrate that with a little tiny company that some of you may have heard of. When Steve Jobs made his second coming to Apple in 1997, how much was Apple actually worth? Anybody remember the total stock market value of Apple in 1997? Any guesses? How many? In billions of dollars, total stock market value was actually $2 billion. Not bad, actually. I mean, if I had $2 billion here up on the stage, I think nobody would turn their nose up. But how much is Apple worth today in 2012? Latest figures? $390 billion. So how do you go from being a dead duck worth $2 billion to the most valuable property on Wall Street worth $390 billion in the space of 13 or 14 years? How do you do that? And the answer in one word is innovation. I mean, did it come from anywhere else? Tell me. Did it come from cost cutting? Let's try to produce the world's cheapest laptop. Did it come from downsizing? Did it come from mergers? Let's merge with Compaq. Let's merge with Dell and try to look for the synergies and so on. None of that stuff. All of that growth came from innovation, from coming up with fabulous new products and services that create incredible new value for customers. Whether it was the iMac, the iPod, the iTunes music store, which is now, of course, a game store and the movie store and so on, and the bookstore. It's the iPhone. It's the App Store, it's the Apple retail stores, it's the iPad. All of that stuff is innovation.